So recently, I set myself a challenge. Could I create new sources of passive income by exclusively using AI tools to generate AI art and slogans for me that I could then sell for a profit onto automated print-on-demand products like t-shirts? And a lot of people said to me, Sarah, this side hustle doesn't work anymore. Nope, they said that the market is too saturated now with AI products. And so, to find out, as I mentioned in this video here, I've been testing this side hustle in my spare time. And here's how it works in a nutshell. First, you find top selling products like this t-shirt here that's estimated to have made over $130,000. Then you turn that product into a blueprint and you use AI chatbots like ChatGPT and AI image generators like Midjourney to generate similar pictures and slogans that copy it. And then you just upload them onto automated print-on-demand products and sell them onto websites like Etsy, eBay, or Amazon for a profit. So yes, that's how this side hustle works step by step. And as I said, I've been trying this out for myself. I even opened a brand new Etsy store to test it out. So let me share with you how much money I actually made and what I did, and trust me when I say that this experiment had some twists and turns that I did not anticipate. Yep. But yes, to start, I began at step 1. I picked a popular automated print-on-demand product to sell my AI art onto. And so to do that, I came to a website that my subscribers will recognize, Printify. Printify is a print-on-demand website that has lots of blank products you can resell. So here's how it works. You just pick one and upload your images or slogans onto it. Then you sell it for a markup price. And then each time a customer buys one of your items, Printify's app will automatically see the order. Printify's print shop will print your images and slogans onto it and then ship it out to the customer, while you get to keep the difference as profit. And so, as you can see, by selling products using print-on-demand apps, the whole process from start to finish is pretty much automated. But Printify has lots of products. So to find their top sellers in the catalog menu, open up their best sellers page, then browse through. All of these products are popular, trendy, and selling super well right now. But the truth is that t-shirts are the #1 top selling product of all time, so I will be using this as my example product for this video. But if a different product in their best sellers inspires you, then that's cool. All these products are really popular right now. Then after that, I moved on to step 2. I created a product blueprint. Yes, now that I had the product I was going to sell, I wanted to create an easy, streamlined way to generate print designs, and so I knew I had to create a product blueprint. So here's what I did. First of all, I had to pick which online marketplace I would list my products onto. And as I said earlier, people usually pick their personal preference between Etsy, Amazon, and eBay. And that's because all three of these get hundreds of millions to billions of visits monthly already that you can just piggyback off of. Which means that, as I'll show you later on in this video, you can get traffic and sales to a brand new store without having to do any marketing or advertising yourself by just piggybacking off of this pre-existing traffic. And so, as my longtime subscribers know, I personally really like Etsy, and so I picked that. Then next I came to Etsy and I tried to find some popular generic products. So for generic search terms, you can use things like cute hoodie or dad t-shirt and terms like that. And the way that the search algorithms work on these marketplaces is they prioritize showing items that have sold recently. And so what I did was I browsed through and then opened up listings like this that interested me, and I looked to see, are they selling consistently well? And to do that, I checked out the reviews. And take a look here. This product, for example, has had over 1,000 reviews. That's a lot of people leaving reviews, which means that this item must be a consistent seller. And so I dug a little deeper and I opened it up on the Etsy research app Allura. And I found that it estimates that this t-shirt has made over $136,000, which is pretty crazy. So clearly this t-shirt is popular. And as you can see, it is an ironic pun. It is a pun because it is telling a joke, exploiting the fact that blocks can refer to multiple objects. And it is ironic because the t-shirt is subverting our expectations, because usually when someone says that they play with blocks, they mean that they are children playing with Lego. But in theory, you could apply this to adults who tinker with car engine blocks too. But yes, now that we've found our winning product, we can turn it into a product blueprint. And here it is. It is a minimalist bold illustration with curved text above it and straight text below it that is an ironic pun that matches the illustration. And so once I had created this product blueprint, I decided to set myself a goal to use this product blueprint to create 20 designs that I would launch with my new Etsy store. But before I could use AI tools to generate these pictures and text that I would need, I had to be able to tell the AI what topics the images and text should be about. And so to do that, I moved on to step 3. I used the cross-idea formula to find niches. Yep, so that term, niche, means to target a specific type of customer with our product. So in other words, now we want to think about what type of customer we will create a t-shirt for. And so for me, I usually start niche brainstorming by first thinking about things I'm personally interested in. And as my subscribers know, I'm a huge fan of dogs. So I came to Etsy and I did a search for different types of dog t-shirts, such as husky t-shirts. And I looked through the results. And if we browse through them, you'll quickly notice that despite the fact that we have identified that ironic puns make for popular t-shirts, no one has made an ironic pun t-shirt for huskies. And so this means then that there is an opportunity for us to come in here and make this. Yep, and this is called a gap in the market. We know that people like to buy ironic pun t-shirts, but no one has made one yet themed around huskies. So now we can make it. And it's this that I like to call the cross-idea formula. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 popular things and cross them together. So we're gonna take husky t-shirts and we're gonna take ironic pun t-shirts and we're gonna cross them together to create something new. But yes, at this point in my experiment, I went through and I used the cross-idea formula to find 20 different niches on Etsy that didn't yet have my product blueprint. And then I moved on to step 4. I used AI chatbots to generate slogans. Yep, so for this step, if you want to follow along, you can use any AI chatbot that you like. So you could use Microsoft Copilot or Google's Gemini, or like me, you can use my personal favorite, ChatGPT. Then you just come in here and tell it what you want your slogan to be about. So for me, I wanted it to come up with subtle, ironic puns that are usually about something else, but can also surprisingly be applied to huskies. And then I let ChatGPT do its magic. And something I like to do is that once it comes up with ideas, is to take the results it gives me and then to use it to generate more specific ideas. So I liked the idea it came up with of making puns around huskies liking the cold, so I asked it to generate 50 more ideas for me specific to that. And it did come up with a bunch of other ideas. A lot of these did have potential to be used for t-shirts, but out of these there was one that stood out to me. It was the first one on this list, cool under pressure. I quite like this one because it is a pun both about huskies liking the cold and also about them being working dogs pulling sleds. So yes, now that I had a base prompt, it made generating slogans for other products much faster. Because for example, let's say that we switch out the husky niche and this time ask it to come up with slogans for beagle dogs. Well, now it will come up with slogans specific to them. So by reusing the same prompt across different niches and sub-niches, it allowed me to create products much faster. And so after this, I then moved on to step 5. I used AI to generate art to sell. And so here's how to do it. First, you'll need an AI image generator. Some popular ones include the free open source Stable Diffusion, DALL-E 3, which is included in ChatGPT, Leonardo AI, which is now also included with Canva, or of course, my personal favorite, Midjourney. So here's how I use it. Once signed in, you just come and click on create. And now in the prompt box, you just type in a description of the image that you want it to create. And now, something that is very important to know is that one of Midjourney's features is that it lets you tweak the settings that it uses when it's generating your images for you. Yep, for example, if we come to the image settings, you'll see that this is the default. By default, the stylization setting is set to low and the weirdness setting is set to 0. And so then if we go ahead and run this default setting 10 different times, you'll see that it sticks quite closely to our prompt while doing so. Whereas if we come back into the settings and we dial the weirdness setting all the way up and then run the same prompt 10 times, you'll notice that now it's adding in a lot more quirks because the weirdness setting is designed to help you experiment by adding in unusual features that you might not have thought to ask it for. But there is one setting that I think that people don't utilize enough, and that is that you can change the version of Midjourney that you generate with. Yep, in the generation settings, click to change the version. By default, it will be set to the latest version, but you can change it to earlier ones. And so this time, if we run the same prompt 10 times by using an earlier version, you'll see that the results are again very different. So when you come up with your image prompt for your new t-shirt blueprint, it's a great idea to experiment with both Midjourney's image generation settings and its versions, because as you can see, earlier versions tend to create more abstract images, whereas later versions create more realistic, detailed images. So then, once you've found an image that you like, you can then create variations of it. You can choose to create variations that vary strongly or subtly. I think it's a great idea to create lots of different variations to give yourself lots of different options to choose from. And then once you've picked your image, you can open it up and select to upscale it into high resolution. Then close that image and you'll see that Midjourney will be generating a new image for you. This is the upscaled high resolution version suitable for printing. Once it's finished upscaling, you can then click on it and then download this image. And that's it. So yes, I went ahead and I generated all of my images because of the fact that I'd set a goal of launching with 20 products. I of course generated 20 images. And then after that, I moved on to the next step. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor, me. Yes, I'm sponsoring my own video today to let you know that if you would like to know how I and others earn passive income every day from selling our print-on-demand products online, then you should be sure to download a copy of my free ebook, The 6 Steps That Six-Figure Online Stores Follow to Make Over $10,000 a Month. You'll find a link to download my free ebook in the video description below. But anyway, back to the experiment. And then after this, I moved on to step 6. I combined my AI generations together with Canva. Yep, so as my longtime subscribers know, Canva is my personal favorite graphic design app. So I chose to use Canva for this experiment, but you don't have to. You can use any graphic design app that you prefer. But if you would like to follow along with me and my tutorial, I will have a link to where you can get a free 30-day trial for a Canva Pro account in the description below. But yes, either way, just open up Canva and create a new blank project. Then upload your upscaled AI art picture onto it. Now, currently, if we were to change the background color of our project, you'd see our AI picture has a white box around it. Well, we can remove that using the Canva Background Remover tool, which uses Canva's own AI technology to get rid of it. Now we have no white box around it, which is perfect. So then next up, I'll be adding in text. And of course, for some product blueprints, you might not even need to add in text, but if yours does indeed include a slogan like mine does, here's how you do it. But yes, if you're adding in a slogan like I am, come to the text tab and add in a title text box and type out your slogan text. Then you can come to Canvas fonts and choose a font from the list that you like and that is similar in tone to your blueprint. I don't try to match the font exactly. I just try to pick a font that evokes a similar feeling to the original. So for me, I picked the Capsilon font, which is one of their display fonts. Then you can come and use Canva's editing settings to modify the text. So for my blueprint, I used the curved text feature, and I also slightly increased the spacing between the letters to make the text look a little less squished. And then because my blueprint had a second line of text, I added that in as well beneath the image, and I used the same font. And then that's it. I played around with the sizing and spacing a bit, but basically we have created our shirt print. And so now it's ready to download. So to do that, click share and then click download, then dial the size setting all the way up to the max so that the image will print in the highest resolution possible, and then select to make the background transparent. You may have also noticed that these two features have a crown icon next to them. That means that you do need to have a Canva Pro account to be able to use those features, which is why if you don't have one already, I highly recommend that you get a free 30-day trial for a Canva Pro account, and I will have an affiliate link to where you can get that in the description. But yes, that's it. You just save it as a PNG, and once it's finished downloading, you'll be able to upload this image onto products like t-shirts to sell. So yes, I of course went ahead and I turned my 20 different images into print-ready files with Canva. And then after that, I moved on to the next step, which is step 7. I listed my AI generated designs onto products and I sold them for a profit. Yep, so first up, I opened my new store on Etsy, and by the way, if you like a tutorial on how to do that, I do have a free video that shows how to do that on this channel. Then I added in my print-on-demand product I wanted to sell and uploaded my designs onto it. And then I gave my product a title and I gave my product a description, and I set my product price. And when it comes to setting my price, I do have a little trick. I'll use an Etsy profit calculator like the one Allura has. I'll put in the price for the products that I'm going to be selling, and then I'll put in the price that they print for on Printify or whatever app I'm using. And then I'll make sure that I'm happy with the profit margins after Etsy selling fees. So I'll have a link to this Etsy profit calculator in the description if you'd like to check it out. But yes, I went ahead and I created my 20 different products within Printify, and then I added them into my Etsy store. And as I added them in, I made sure to optimize them for Etsy SEO traffic. So if you don't know what Etsy SEO traffic is, by the way, it's basically when you are browsing Etsy, you will see that it will recommend and show you specific products that it thinks that you might want to buy. Well, if you optimize your listings correctly, you can get it to recommend your products, and this process is Etsy SEO optimization. What you do is you make little tweaks to your listing, and it's free to do so. So for example, you can see that for this t-shirt, they've added in tweaks like adding in lots of relevant keywords into the title that describe the things that somebody who might want to buy this t-shirt are interested in. And if you do a search here on YouTube, you'll find that there are lots of free tutorials where people share their Etsy SEO tips, including my video here. And so if you'd like to learn some of my personal tips, I will have a link to this video in the description as well. Plus, I also have a video course called the Ecomm Clubhouse, which includes even more in-depth step-by-step tutorial videos for my tips and tricks. So I'll also have a link to this in the video description below if you want to check it out and see if it's right for you. But yes, I went ahead and I uploaded my 20 products and I optimized them for traffic. And then after that, it was the moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Yes, it's time for the part of the video where I share my experiment results. And I'll be honest, the results are a little bit complicated. Yeah, I'll share with you the short version of what happened. So first of all, yes, I opened my new store, and yes, after 2 weeks and adding in 20 products, you can see that Etsy was recommending my products to people thanks to my SEO tweaks. And you can ignore all of the direct traffic in that report, by the way. That was literally just me opening up my own Etsy listings to ensure that there weren't any mistakes in it, like spelling mistakes. And you know what? Within those first 2 weeks, I had already made my first 2 sales from my first 20 products I uploaded, which was awesome. And I was honestly really happy because now I had definitive proof that people did like AI products and that they did want to buy my AI products. And so now all I had to do was scale up. And then, just as things were going great, tragedy struck. You see, I have a genetic condition that makes me prone to injuring myself, and I injured my arm. And to be honest with you, it's still not completely back to normal, but you know, it is what it is. Regardless, the point is that this injury meant I had to make some tough decisions, and it meant that I had to lessen my workload. And so unfortunately, I did choose to close the new store. But luckily, that's not where the story ends. Nope, because you see, this time last year, I made this video here, where I ran a very similar experiment, except I ran that experiment for 6 months, and instead of generating my products with AI, I made them with Canva clip art. And well, that Etsy store was still open and it was untouched, earning me passive money. I hadn't uploaded any new products to it since that experiment had finished. And so 90 days ago, I decided, you know what? Let's save this experiment and let's just upload our AI products into this pre-existing store instead. And when I did this, I only added in AI products. I didn't add in any designs made with Canva clip art like I had before. And thanks to AI generation speeding up the process, in 90 days, I nearly doubled my product designs I had for sale. And so now we can compare. So this time last year, I was making around $4,000 a week. But this year, thanks to having several of my AI products pop off in Etsy's algorithm, generating new passive income sources, I'm making around $6,000 to $7,000 a week. So in 90 days, I've nearly doubled my store sales. So yeah, while I'll probably now go back in the future to using a mixture of different ways to create products for the store, like utilizing Canva clip art again, I'm really happy I did this experiment focused just on AI because it proved that customers both like and buy well-made AI-generated products. So yes, challenge complete. I'll see you in the next video.